Good day, everyone. Now I will be showing to you my part, which is under the new technologies to support language learning. In exploring the role of various technologies in learning, we have found it is useful to think of language use along a continuum from most spoken or the oral interaction where language accompanies some activity in a shared physical environment through the most written or where the text need to be able to understood by others who might be distant in time and space, independent of any shared experience. Moving along the mode continuum also involves a shift from more spontaneous and planned discourse where meanings are collaboratively constructed towards more heavily crafted, sustained, planned monologues. Learning at the more spoken end of the continuum leads to involve interactive, first draft, exploratory language where there is an assumption of shared knowledge. Towards the more written end of the continuum, the learning potential changes. With the shift to a slower pace comes the opportunity to reflect on language use. There is, of course, no strict correlation between medium and mode. Emails, for example, can be quite spoken like. However, it enables us to see how various technologies can contribute to different kinds of learning depending on where their use falls on the continuum. At the most spoken end of the continuum, we find oral interaction. Oral interaction. Modern technology, however, also allows for oral interaction without being physically face to face, as in the use of Voice over Internet Protocol or VoIP. Applications such as Skype, TalkBox, VideoChat, OOVoo, and Polycom systems. Each of these technologies enables voice communications to be transmitted via the Internet through use of a broadband connection and a computer with a microphone and a webcam. Despite certain security issues such as susceptibility to hackers and the fact that the technology is still relatively primitive in terms of its visual quality, teachers are using these technologies to promote interaction in a variety of innovative ways. For example, for online tutoring and peer tutoring, for project work with students from other institutions, and others. Next, interacting in simulated environments. Virtual worlds such as Second Life provide opportunities for interaction in a three-dimensional space populated by a wide variety of residents who take on new identities and create an alternative existence. One good example is the British Council. They have created an island within Teen Second Life, which is a self-access center geared towards the learning of English in an environment that appeals to tech-savvy young people. It simulates a visit to the UK and includes interactive learning activities, games, treasure hunts, and quests based on UK culture. In this environment, students can explore, meet others, and participate in individual and group activities. Next is interacting through writing. Moving along the mode continuum, we find interactions which mimic oral conversation but which employ the written mode, using instant messaging applications such as short message service (SMS), ICQ, a home phone for phrase ICQ, and Twitter and Google Talk. Although the interactions are now written, they nevertheless have the characteristics of language at the more spoken end of the continuum. The value of instant messaging for language learning lies in the rapidity, volume, and authenticity of the interactions. Next is interacting with non-human partners. While natural interactions in authentic contexts represent the preferred option for language learning, it is often the case that this does not provide the kind of intensive, sustained practice needed to consolidate learning. To this end, extensive work in artificial intelligence has been undertaken in developing adaptive and responsive I-call or intelligent call programs using automatic speech recognition or ASR. Next is speaking and pronunciation. Software applications such as GarageBand provide opportunities for voice to be recorded, listened to, and waveforms analyzed. For example, a teacher or other proficient language user can record their voice on one of the available tracks so that students can then record their own voice on another track as they repeat and emulate the spoken language model provided on the first track. Comparing these tracks through the audio region function enables the learners to analyze the two samples through the visual representation provided as they investigate similarities and differences between the two samples. In figure 13.6, we can say that there is a little difference between the two audio tracks. Therefore, we can conclude that there is a little difference in the speaking and pronunciation. A major source of listening materials is made available through podcasting. The process of delivering content to an individual's computer or mobile device via an automated download through the internet, podcasts can take one of three forms. 1. Audio-based content, a sound file. Second, enhanced content or inclusive of audio, visuals, and text. Third, video or often referred to as vodcast. Oral input presented as audio files focuses the language learner on attending to the sound stream. The inclusion of both audio and visual elements, for example through still images or video clips, enables the learner to use contextual cues to support comprehension. Opportunities to both access and create these texts present potentially rich learning experiences for language learners. That is all for my part. This is Generous Lipao. Thank you and God bless.